All right, hopefully this time you actually can hear me and we're actually on. Because my camera software is absolutely going bananas right now. Let's see. So apologies to anybody in the stream. We'll be right back so we can get this camera software figured out. You all let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me. Okay. Looks like we're on. So after what, 15, 20 minutes, we're finally able to get this thing going. It's almost like the team is just cursing me at this point. And for some reason, the Falcons already have the ball back. Who knows what happened? Did Drew Lock throw an interception or something? The Falcons already have the ball back. Let's see. All right, Penix 2 for 5, 27 yards. Here we go. Hand off to Bijan Robinson. Bijan has a lot of space, and he's going to go down. I think that's Andrew Phillips that takes him down. Easy stuff so far for the Falcons. They're moving the ball pretty well. They just haven't been able to capitalize after missing that field goal. Here you go, 9 minutes left in the first quarter. Penix with plenty of time, throwing it short and inaccurate to the tight end there underneath. So I'm sure the Penix haters are having a field day right now. He's missed a couple of throws today. Appreciate that, Jennifer, sticking with me while I figure this thing out. So here we are on 2nd and 10. Let's see, Bijan Robinson back there again. They got 4 wide. I think Drake London's right there in the bottom slot. He's going to Drake London, and he is going nowhere. That's Belton and Darius Moiselle. 2 guys that I hope, well, I guess Darius is going to be a special teamer, but 2 guys that I don't want on the team. I don't want playing defense at least. Meanwhile, Saquon scoring a touchdown for the Eagles. What else is new? After Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson the last couple of weeks, Saquon is probably not going to win MVP, and he's probably not going to win Offensive Player of the Year. It's still possible. If he goes over 2,000, he may still get it, but I think at this point, MVP is off the table for him. So Penix again, he's got time. He's going to take off, and he's going to get a yard. And Thibodeau's not going to get credit for a sack, but he's going to take Penix down after about a yard. And hopefully, yeah, I'm like, okay, I was like gonna lose it. I'm like, hopefully my audio's coming through all this time. So here we are, Penix comes up a little short again. It looks like they are what in the okay, they were on their own side. So they're punting it deep to us. I'm not liking the way this game is looking right now. I'm not like we're gonna need some plays to be made on the Falcon side because this is looking like a game to where if the Giants score a touchdown, then they could possibly, win this game. So we cannot get in the end zone today. We cannot get in the end zone today, man. It's so funny seeing them show Atlanta as a city now that I live here because it's just weird. Like you actually know what they're showing. Like for me, it's always been DC. which is always funny because I'm like, the stadium isn't even in DC. And what do you all think of them saying that they're gonna move not the Redskins, but they're gonna move the Commanders, possibly the Redskins then. They're gonna move them back to DC. They want to move them to RFK again. See if I can get this ISO figured out. Yeah, a little bit over that way. But yeah, I mean, it looks like they're gonna go back to RFK, which would be pretty fun for DC to actually have them back in the city. Because I mean, I have no idea why they would go away from that stadium. I mean, maybe they're gonna knock it down and rebuild it. I don't know, because DC United, the soccer team, plays there right now. I think they do a couple of other things there. This is all worth it if we get a real NFL quarterback. And yeah, that's what I'm worried about today. Today is like, I'm by far the most worried today than I am of anything, just because this is Michael Penix's first game as a rookie. Like, he could possibly go out here and throw multiple pick sixes. Let's knock on wood. This is his first game though, so he could possibly have some struggles. And if that happens, that could really lend itself to us coming out of here with it. I don't even want to say it, because like the one time, like all this time I've been wanting us to win, we don't win. So we just need to continue to do what we're doing. I mean, what is there on Tankathon? There's probably like a 10-way tie, or I think that tie is kind of broken now. So let's see, Tankathon. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a 3-11. All these teams are 3-11 right now. So you got New England, you got Jacksonville, you got Carolina, you got Tennessee, you got Cleveland, you got the Jets, Chicago. So the Jets are at 4 wins. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 5 teams that are at 3-11. So out of these 5 teams that are at 3-11, if Jacksonville wins today, then they're going to be at 4-11. So that'll take them out of there. If the Raiders win today, then they'll be at 3-12, and we'd be at 3-12 if we won today. So it may not be horrible, depending on what happens in that Jacksonville Raiders game, but we could possibly be falling down to like as low as the 7th pick, or maybe you say the 6th pick, because the Jacksonville Jaguars will have to win today. So we could fall as low down as the 6th pick, which is not good. So Drew Lock not under center, in the shotgun. You got Malik Neighbors in motion. And a quick throw to Malik Neighbors. What is that, the 91st catch of the year? And he breaks a tackle, breaks another one, and picks up a first down. So I'm not sure who caught the first pass from Drew Lock, but Malik Neighbors just caught it right there. And I have no way right now of throwing up this on the screen. But shout out to Joe Smo 84 for the $4.99. He said, low key, I want to see Boyle because he was exciting, but don't want to see him because stakes is high, if that makes sense. Yeah. If he came out there and won a game, like he looked like he was really getting the offense moving. So they set him down quick. All right, here we go. Play action. Drew Lock throwing it short to Tyrone Trace, who's got some space, and the Giants are looking like they're going to move the ball a little bit here. They're about a yard short of the first down right there from Tracy. You got a 2nd and 1 coming up. And you got Malik Neighbors grabbing his shoulder or his chest or something. He keeps grabbing it. I mean, just sit him down. I mean, I know they want to get him to 1,000 yards. So he's coming out. He's coming out, and I mean, that's good for the tank, because I do want him to get his 1,000 yards, but at the same time, I don't want to see us win a game today. Like, we don't need that right now. And here goes Tyrone Tracy breaking tackles, fighting forward, and you got another first down there. Coaching staff definitely said, oh, no, you don't. Yeah, I mean, like, Boyle was, like, making throws that we haven't seen in, like, 8 years. Boyle was out there doing his thing. And you know what's funny? I was looking at like Eli's like end of his career seasons, and they've been better consistently than everything that we've seen since then, which is horrible. Hand off to Tracy. Tracy's going forward. That's actually Singletary. He's gonna pick up 4. Yeah, I'm not liking this, man. I'm not. It's looking like the Falcons are like dead even with us. It's looking like they're a decent team. Like it's looking like the Falcons are really out there playing the Giants straight, man. Like Singletary back there still. Drew Lock under center, through wide receivers. Malik Neighbors out, Hyatt in, Slayton in, Wandale in the slot. And we get another handoff to Devin Singletary, who's going to get about 4 yards. And this is going to make this a 3rd and 1.5, 3rd and 2. Yeah, it's been bad, just about. I mean, let's go back 8 years. What is that? 2016? It's about to be 2025. So 8 years back, 2018. Yeah. My math is wrong. But you get what I'm saying. Somewhere around 2017, 2018 is the last time we saw like those kind of throws. There's Drew Lock. They were trying to hit. Oh, that's a nice catch from Daniel Bellinger right there for a first down. They were trying to hit Wandale Robinson on that out route, and Bellinger was covered, but he made a nice catch. And it's really looking like the Giants are going to win this game. I'm glad I didn't go to this game because it would have been crazy. Like, I would have been excited. It would have been in person that they're making plays. But at the same time, I will be heated at the end of the game. Like, wow, we just won a game. It's looking like we're going to win. It's just not looking good. The defense has to start folding or something needs to happen because this isn't good for the tank. There we go. Short throw to Wandale. Wandale's got a lot of space. Wandale spinning off. And I just saw a tweet. Like, it makes perfect sense. Can somebody explain why Daniel Bellinger has just been pushed down the depth chart? To no fault of his own. He was a solid tight end as a rookie. And then they just say, oh, we're just going to bench him. Not throwing the ball anymore. That's good. That was the last time you went to a playoff game because 2016 was actually fun. Now it wasn't that highly like it wasn't like a high-powered offense, but it was still better than anything we've had since. To be honest, I mean we were averaging. I think we weren't averaging a ton of points a game, but Eli still had more touchdowns than most of the years Daniel Jones was here. And the defense was outrageous. Like they were outrageously good. Malik Neighbors back in the game. Yeah, we're going to win this game. I can already tell. I can already tell. Jalen Hurts just went to the Eagles locker room. Kenny Pickett in for Jalen Hurts. So keep an eye on that. Wandale Robinson in motion. Short throw to him. He's got space. And the Giants are with another 6 yards. The Giants are going to win this game. This is ridiculous. All right, 2nd and 4 coming up. 2nd and 4. Drew Lock under center again. Tyrone Tracy in the backfield. Wandale in motion across the formation. Handoff to Tracy. Tracy's making a move outside. That's a nice run back inside, and he's picking up a first down. That was a really nice run from Tyrone Tracy. Those are my rules. I only get excited when I see Tyrone Tracy and Malik Neighbors making plays. Those are the only times I get excited. That was a nice run from him, too. Man. 27 drives of 10-plus plays and 5-plus minutes. So we're second in the NFL in long, sustained drives, but for some reason they don't lead the points. So, okay, let's stall out here again. Malik Neighbors down at the bottom of your screen. Got a blitz coming. Drew Lock looking at Malik Neighbors. Drew Lock throwing it, and it got tipped. And looked like Wan'Dale might have had a shot at it, but luckily he didn't catch it. So let's see what Malik Neighbors look like here. They're showing the replay here. Wasn't really open there. And that was just a bad throw by Drew Lock. I mean, I don't know what he was looking at there. That should have been intercepted. Penix on the sideline. 2nd and goal coming up for the Giants. Tyrone Tracy in the backfield. Drew Lock back under center. Fake pitch to Tyrone Tracy. Handoff to Darius Slayton. And Slay actually running like a running back. Picks up like 4 yards. That threw me off. I thought he was going to score. We just got to stall out here, guys. We got to stall out. I hate having to do this. I hate having to do this. I really hate having to do this. Because this is a nice drive. I should be able to enjoy it. I should really be able to enjoy this. Here we go. Drew Lock in the pistol. 3 wide receivers. Well, yeah, 3 wide receivers now. Bellinger in the other slot. Wan'Dale in one. Bellinger in the other. Slay and Neighbors out there. And the time's going to run out here on the first quarter. And as we're on commercial, I think what I'll do is go grab my earphones. So when we get back from commercial, I'll be back. You're absolutely right. No playing banners this time. All right, here we are, 3rd and goal in the red zone. Wan'Dale in motion. Drew Lock back there by himself. Please, please do not convert this. Drew Lock making... Oh, Tyrone Tracy caught it in the back of the end zone. That was a nice play. Like I said, the only time I'm cheering is for Tyrone Tracy and for Malik Neighbors, and that was a nice catch in the back of the end zone. And a nice extension of the play by Drew Lock there. Looks like we're going to win this game. Like I said, Hopefully we can get an entertaining game and we can get a nice game from Michael Penix, and that's how we can lose. But we're gonna probably go out and win this game. Exactly, and finally we actually throw the ball to the former wide receiver. Exactly, we're supposed to be tanking. It's looking like we're not going to be able to do that. That's what it's looking like. Yeah, let's wait until week 16 to use the former receiver as a receiver. Let's do that. And we're back to commercial. All right, so we absolutely need the Falcons to answer, or else this will be a blowout. Because it looks like all of a sudden our defense is this stout unit now. You know, they looked good against Baltimore for the most part last week, and now here they are against a worse team with a rookie quarterback in his first game. So if this offense is going to put up even 17 points, we're going to win the game. And this is also going to bring back Dable. Like, this is also going to say, like, see, look what happens when, you know, when Drew Lock is comfortable in the system and we have Tyrone Tracy and Malik Neighbors. Look at what we can do. This is going to bring all of these guys back, too. Unfortunate. All right, Penix. Penix back out here, a guy that I was open to and kind of wanted to take at 6. And he's going to be in a play action here. And we get a dot on the sideline to Darnell Mooney. So nice start off to the drive by Michael Penix there. The ball comes out so easy from the guy's hand. I do think the quarterback that we draft has a chance to be better than him, but I do think that he's going to be a really good quarterback in this league for a long time. I mean, they had 3 people on Brian Burns that last play. Here we go, Penix in the pistol again. They run a lot of pistol here. Handoff to Bijan Robinson. Bijan breaks a tackle, breaks another. And they got 3.5 right there, about 3.5. All right, here we go, second down. Let me take a look at the chat real quick. I'll probably get the chat on the screen in a couple, probably at half. But for now, I'm just taking a look at my phone. Let's see. This is my first ever time rooting for a loss. Yeah, I mean, it's been like that for me like the last 3 weeks. I didn't start rooting for losses until like the last 3 weeks. And here goes the defense. Again, all of a sudden, this defense is so great at stopping the run. All of a sudden, these guys are run stoppers. It's like, it's mind-boggling. And like, it's not Dexter Lawrence, because like when Dexter Lawrence came out of the game before, they would be horrible. But, you know, now when we're trying to accomplish something, the defense is always all of a sudden stepping up, and we're stopping the run. Like, no team can run the ball on us. Derrick Henry can't run the ball. All right. Here we go, Penix. He's got time. He's got a man, Drake London. They are at the edge of field goal range. Yeah, that was a nice blitz pickup there from Bijan Robinson. I would love to see like an exciting game. I would love to see an exciting game and us lose. I'd love to see Tyrone Tracy have a big game, Malik Neighbors have a big game, Brian Burns, all those guys. But we have to make sure that we do not lose out on these top two picks because there's no quarterbacks behind it, and you don't want to sign the guy who just got benched, Kirk Cousins. You don't want to sign Jameis Winston to be your starter. And there goes Bijan, who's going down. Andrew Phillips has got him down there. Andrew Phillips is first team all tackling right there. Chat filter. They got on top messages here. Let's see if I can get all messages. All right. This is my first time ever rooting for a law. Why do I feel that Kirk Cousins is going to be? That's what I'm saying. Like, I just feel like if we win this game, it'll literally be Kirk Cousins being benched so he could be our quarterback next year. And it looks like they're going to cut him, so I don't know what his price will be next year. I mean, this is a guy that goes to the bank, so he's probably going to get somebody to pay him more than what you would think he would be worth. There goes Penix taking off, picking up 4. A guy that almost never runs, but runs a 4.4. And looks like Kirk Cousins is suited up. So he's still your backup quarterback. Kirk has 16 interceptions. Wow, that's not like him. That's not like him. 3rd and 9 coming up. Third and 9 for Penix and the Falcons. Another blitz coming. Penix is taking off and a beautiful catch there. They're going to say he dropped it, actually. Wow. Yeah, that's the second or third time a pass has been short. Yeah. That's the second or third time a pass has been short for Michael Penix. He had a guy around his ankle and just left the pass a little short right there. And now instead of they're kicking a field goal. Okay. So what did this will be like a 52? Yeah, okay. 52-yard field goal. They're lining it up after he missed a much easier field goal. And let's see where it goes. It is right down the middle, so that at least gets them on the board. All right. So the Falcons are on the board. 3 points for them, 7 for the Giants. Giants offense looking good. Giants defense putting together a couple of good plays. So hopefully we can get the result that we need out of this. But the fact that the Giants can like stop the run all of a sudden is that's what's the most annoying thing to me. Because like if you all could stop the run a little bit earlier in the season, we'd be like an outside shot. If we kept Daniel Jones, we'd be in like an outside shot to still be in it. Like I don't think we win a playoff game, but if we could actually stop the run a couple of those games, we'd have probably like five more wins than we do now. But yeah, like I said, let's see what else is going on in the NFL. So you got the Browns and the Bengals. The Bengals are up 7 on the Browns. Panthers up 7-3 on the Cardinals. What teams are at 3 wins? Let's see. I got to check on them. Panthers up, so that'll be good if the Panthers can come out with a win. Browns are losing, so it's not looking like they're going to win. And the Browns, I mean, if they're in the top 2, I would think they would take a quarterback, wouldn't they? The Colts are over 3 wins, but the Titans are at 3 wins, and it looks like the Titans, once again, are leading, but looks like they're about to get tied here. Looks like we got that Jags and Raiders game coming up at 4. I'm guessing it's in Oakland, or not Oakland, in Vegas. So that's going to be a huge game for us. And I mean, we want Oakland to win, but at the same time, if the Jaguars won today and we won, it would at least take one of those teams out of the 3-win category. So I think we'd be like top 5. We'd be like the 5th pick or 4th pick, depending on strength of schedule. And yeah, we cannot afford it. It's too many teams. Like I said, you look at us, the Raiders, the Browns, and the Jets. they're really cluing in on the quarterbacks. Those 4 teams, 2 teams are going to have the top 2 slots out of those, I think. Um, the Jets obviously aren't. They're already at 4 wins, and they could probably win another game. But the Browns, for instance, I don't really expect much from them. Um, the Raiders, obviously, I don't see winning any more games. And then you got who else do you have up there? The Patriots are up there. They don't need a quarterback. But if it's like a situation where the Browns are ahead of us and the Raiders are ahead of us, I'm kind of scared at that point. Has Neighbor's season been underwhelming? I'll say yes, it has been, but not completely because of him. I will say he's made some mistakes. Of course, he had some drops. I think he's also been dealing with that groin injury that's kind of slowed him down because I don't see the explosiveness that I saw last year in college. So I think he's being slowed down by some kind of injury. But at the same time, the guy is still on pace to get 1,000 yards with the situation that has been this year. He's missed games and he's still on pace to get 1,000. So you think probably if he plays the whole season, he's like a 1,300 yard receiver. And there he is right there. And Drew Lock misses him wide open. Yeah, Drew Lock missed him wide open. And Drew Lock has missed so many games. I mean, he played 3 seasons. He was 8-3, 8-13. So after missing Malik Neighbors wide open on that comeback, Drew Lock is here on 2nd and 11. And we get a false start from Evan Neal. But yeah, like I said, I think Malik Neighbors' rookie season has been underwhelming for the type of player I think he is. But I think as he gets healthy and gets a better quarterback, I think you'll start to see him be a 1,600 yard receiver because this year you can argue that he's a 1,200 yard guy if he gets to 1,000 because he missed like 3 games. I mean, he had to maybe miss more. Maybe 2 or 3 games. Yeah, I think he missed 3 games. Or maybe one was a bye week, but either way, he's missed some games. 2nd and 15 coming up. Drew Lock's got a little time. Throwing it to Hyatt, and Hyatt's going to go down 5 yards short, so this will make this a 3rd and 5. A little bit over 10 minutes in the second quarter. Drew Lock real comfortable. He's looked comfortable all day today. Tim Boyle with the jersey. Brandon Brown there on the field beside Tommy DeVito and Tim Boyle. I feel like Brandon Brown is on the sideline telling them, listen, if anything happens, if anything goes down there, we're going to get you in the game to make sure we lose it. Drew Lock stares down Wan'Dale Robinson and hits him on the slant right there. So he got a 1st down there, and this is not looking good. Not looking good. Not looking good for us. As far as losing, I think we're going to win this game soundly. We're going to win this game soundly. Like, we're going to win this game outright. Like, I can't, man. I can't do it. I can't. I just don't get it. I mean, where was this? And there goes a procedural penalty after we can't get the snap off. Even as I'm rooting for them to lose and they're winning, they still manage to annoy me in the pursuit of winning. Like, the procedural penalties are out of control. All right, Drew Lock back here on 1st and 15 in the gun. Greg Dulcich at the top of your screen. Bunch formation there. Drew Lock looking comfortable. Takes a pump fake, and he's taking off the run. And he's going to hit Wan'Dale on the sideline, but it looks like he may have been out of bounds. But the ref is going to call it a catch. Yeah. I mean, I think we all need gummies at this point. I mean, this is ridiculous. It's out of hand. I mean, it's out of hand. Like when we need them to be the same old Giants, all of a sudden they're moving the ball. Whoa! Yes! 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 Drew Lock, you are the GOAT. Drew Lock is 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 the GOAT. I knew I liked this dude. Yes, illegal shift. This is what we needed. Thank you so much. This is what we needed, Drew. This is what we needed. This is what we needed. This is what we needed. He tried to force it to, let's see who he tried to force it to. Tried to force it to Wandale, and you get it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, man. That had me scared. That'll be enough. That'll be enough. The Giants are not good enough to overcome that. They're not good enough to overcome that there. Whew. They don't understand how important that was. They don't understand how important that was to me. Man, that had I was shaking in my boots. I was shaking in my boots. Like I was so convinced. Like I was like, we're gonna win this game. We're gonna be picking six. It's gonna be. Let's see what we got in the chat. Yeah, Jesse Bates just saved our future. Like if he didn't make that play, I mean, they're looking at 14-3. They're looking at 14-3, and I mean, expecting the Falcons and a rookie in his first game to come back from 14-3 is possible. I mean, Penix is talented, but I mean, I wouldn't have bet on it. So 10-7 is a lot better than 14-3. You said they would have rolled out Lockett starter. They probably would have done that too. And they would all kept their jobs. Saquon Barkley, 110 yards in the first quarter. Yeah, Saquon has 110 yards in the first quarter. And my stream crashes. Let's see. $110, like I said, for Saquon in the first quarter. I'm good as long as he doesn't win MVP. I'm fine. I don't care at this point. I'm telling you though, like Drew Lock was looking like he was. I'm telling you, Drew Lock was looking like he was gonna go out there and win a game, and it looking like for some reason our defense was going to just completely just lock everything down. Brian Baldinger just tweeted out that Saquon said that 2,000 yards was on his mind. So he's playing inspired right now. Let's see. Left it a little bit outside. Wandale stopped. Jesse Bates takes it back. Because right now Saquon is at 1688. So yeah, he's gotta have a couple of good games if he wants to break that record. I haven't even been on underdog in a little while, so maybe I'll do some underdog stuff for that Raiders and Jags game. Because like that game is like everything's riding on that there. Hopefully that means he starts against us. Yeah, he's gonna start. Like I'm feeling like it's gonna be like a situation where Saquon is gonna be like 100 something yards away from breaking the record, and I think he's gonna start against the Giants. And of course, you know the NFL script writers are gonna love that. They're gonna say like Saquon broke the rushing record against his former team that gave up on him and didn't think he was good. That's not what they thought, but that's the narrative they're gonna continue to push. So they're 100%. Nick Sirianni would never miss the opportunity for Saquon to break the rush record against the Giants. There goes Tyrone Tracy, and he's going down after no gain there. There goes Neighbors. Neighbors with the head of steam finally, and he's going to get it first, and that'll be it. I just remember thinking like maybe it would be cool if they added another game to the NFL, but I'm glad like I don't want to watch this until we're actually good. I would not want to watch this team play 18 games. Yeah, Neighbors at this point is what like 80 something yards away from 1,000. He could still get 1,200. I'm saying like he's a guy that could be. Yeah, he could still get 1,200 this year, even while missing a couple of games. Because what do we got next week? We got what, the Colts, and then I think after that is the Eagles. Clean it up with the Eagles. Yeah, I don't think the Eagles are going to bench their starters. I think they're going to try to get Saquon that record. I mean, to not get that record would be nuts. I mean, just like not even like from a revenge standpoint, it's just like for him to be that close to the record and not get it, it just makes no sense to me why he wouldn't be trying to play to get that. Play action, Drew Lock stepping up, and he's going to take a sack. There we go. There we go. Giants are imploding. This is what we needed. Let's see what's going on in my fantasy. It wasn't the playoff time, and like I'm just out here loafing. Like I didn't even check my lineup since Thursday. So hopefully nobody got injured and missing a game, or I just sold my championship. Here we go, third down and 11. Drew Lock taking a whoa. He just overthrew Malik Neighbors big time. Um, it's projecting. I'm gonna get. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out what is going on with the fantasy app. It's saying I have 192 points, but I have no such thing. Yeah, I think the fantasy app is glitching out for ESPN because I have like 50 points and it says I have 192. So we got a punt here. And the Falcons have started at 13. Here we are, 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, here we go. Back just in time. So Penix and the Falcons will take over here at, let's see, they'll take over. There we go. Mooney for a first down. Mooney to the 29. 16 on first down for Penix to Mooney. 4:55. That clock's dripping, so it's looking like they're going to try to run this first half clock out. Meanwhile, Goff throwing it deep to J-Mo. What else is new? Another 83-yard catch for a touchdown for Jameson Williams. Seems like we see it every week. Penix back in the pistol. Hand off to Bijan. Bijan going nowhere. Giants run defense again. It's stout. All of a sudden, it's stout. Detroit is 12-2. Minnesota is 12-2. Green Bay's 10-4. That is nuts. Chicago sitting back there at 4-10. J-Mo kind of creeping up on 1,000 yards too. 747 plus that 83 yards. 6 touchdowns, about 800 yards with like 2 games left. It's possible. No, Penix is going to throw it away. There we go. Got it away. I'm so glad it was a scrub like Darius Muasau that we decided to draft. Like, we decided to draft this guy on our team. An undrafted, a professional undrafted free. Like, the dude is like every box that you would tick to be an undrafted free agent, that's what this guy is. And we drafted him. Let's see. Banks can't track a ball, so hopefully they convert here. Here on 3rd and 8. Penix back in the shotgun. Taking a deep shot. That is a laser. And Deontay Banks was in perfect position and just jumped on his back. I don't understand. I mean, hopefully when we get a cornerback one in here, if we can get a cornerback one in here, he just kind of calms down because he's usually in the right spot. He just is so bad at tracking the ball. There was no point in him doing that. There was no point at all of him doing that. Here we go. 3 minutes left in the second quarter. 1st and 10. Deontay Banks still out there. Basic zone defense here from the Giants. Banks and flat. Handoff to, who was that? Aguilar? Tyler Aguilar. One of the, I'm forgetting his name. I don't even know if that dude's still on the team. Okay, yeah, Aguilar. Something like that. You're probably ahead, Nico, and then also I'm not on StreamYard, so I think my stream is a little bit behind. Like, I think when I say things, a delay is kind of popping up, which I think I can change. So here we go, 2nd and 8, and we get a lag from the stream. So I'll just take that lag from the stream as just an opportunity to just refresh, see if I can turn this delay off. Because I am behind you all, but I'm also on a delay. So let's see. See if I can't turn that delay off. All right, I hear stuff going on, so I'll just go ahead and take a look back here at the stream. And we get another leg there on 2nd and 8. Looks like it's time to switch streams then. And this stream here is like 20 minutes behind the other one. That's just inexcusable there. Yeah, all these streams are going out on the same place, so I'm going to take a look at Bleacher Report because it seems like these streams are all like at least 2 minutes behind from where I was before. Anyway, I see the Falcons are in the red zone here on my phone at the 16. See if I can't get back to the other stream that was working for me. Yep, I don't know what's going on. I'm telling you all, like literally, I'm clicking on like 5 or 6 stream links, and every single one I click on, it starts at the same point of like 25 getting up off of the ground after that run play that was literally 3 minutes ago. So it looks like for now I'm gonna be taking a look here at the play summary. So Penix just completed a pass on 3rd and 6 to Darnell Mooney to the 16. Bijan Robinson just ran for 4 yards. I have no idea where that delay came from. Bijan rushed for 9 yards. Giants took a timeout with a 1:53 left to go. Let's see, because sometimes these sites have multiple streams too. Let's see what happens next. The Giants just took a timeout. Not sure if they took that to the yeah. Bijan for 3 yards. They just changed the amount of yards on that carry like 3 times. But anyway, this one is saying Bijan for 3 yards here on 2nd and 1. So you got a 1st and goal coming up on the New York Giants 4-yard line. All the streams are down. Is my camera frozen? Looks like my camera's frozen. Let me all know if you can hear me because on this end I'm getting my camera's frozen. But yeah, another touchdown should definitely wrap it up. Let's see. Hopefully me turn that off and turn it back on fixes it. Looks like we fixed it. Looks like we fixed it. All right. Looks like I'm back on. Okay, looks like Falcons are here at 17, so I missed it. But Bijan looked like he just ran it in for 4 yards. Falcons touchdown. That's going to seal the game. We're going to be down by 10. And the spread for this game is 9.5. Right now, they just updated the spread. If you wanted to do something right now, it's 14.5. So that shows what they're thinking. And looks like the NFL just attacked just attacked all the streaming sites, because like on every single streaming site, I'm getting I'm just seeing things where they're saying people are like going crazy. They're saying like this isn't working, this isn't working, this isn't working. So maybe the NFL just went and just attacked everything. Hopefully we can get back on. Somebody just commented, come on, it's Christmas. Well, looks like I got something back here on commercial. 20-7, they missed the kick. Yeah, it should be 20-7. It should be 20-7. It's Elon, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. It's always Elon's fault. So let's take a look at what's going on. Like I said, with the other 3-win teams that are playing, the Browns are not going to win today. They're down 14-0. The Panthers are up 20-10, so the Panthers are going to be out of that 3-win category. I don't see them giving that 3-win category up. Bears are at 4 wins, but they're not going to get another win today because they're losing to the Lions pretty good. The Titans, they're about to go down 21-7. Mason Rudolph is playing for them. They're going down 17-7. Let's see. Anthony Richardson oh my gosh. Anthony Richardson is 4 for 7, 63 yards and an interception. So we have to worry about that dude next week to see if he goes out there and stinks up the place and makes us win. Looks like we saved it this week. But like I said, he's 4 for 7, throws 7 passes today. He's run it 6 times for 56 yards and a touchdown. So that should be fun to watch next week, because I think he'll be able to do that. Jets are up 9-6 at half. Aaron Rodgers is 15 for 20, 149 and a touchdown. So good game from him. Breece Hall, 11 attempts, 40 yards. Not too big of a game for him. Devontae Adams has a touchdown again for the second week. So it looks like Devontae Adams and I was going to say Adam Sandler. Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers have gotten their chemistry back, at least for now. Meanwhile, Garrett Wilson said 2 catches for 1 yard. Or no, 2 targets, 1 catch, and 15 yards. So he's got 1 15-yard catch. And the Eagles are up 21-13 on the Commanders. So I'm not sure where we are in the game, but Eric Gray just fielded this kickoff return, and he is trying to return it. I mean, listen, dude, the guy who can't return kicks is returning kicks now. So he's taking this all the way back to the 40. Unlimited, yes, it's a fight, but we're going to get rewarded at the end of the rainbow, hopefully. Hopefully, we'll get rewarded at the end of the rainbow, and we don't get a win this week or next week, because I don't see it happening against Philly. But, hopefully get rewarded. Neighbors in motion. There we go, Drew Lock. And Drew Lock just fumbled the football. And that is, this is going to be a blowout quickly. They really folded quickly. This team just fell apart so quickly. Like, I honestly can't believe I was scared. Like I honestly can't believe I was scared we were gonna win this game. All right, Penix back with great field position. Hand off to Bijan. Bijan is breaking the tackle and he's gonna get about 2.5, but nothing much. I mean, the run defense has been there all day. Somebody's hurt. Michael McFadden hurt. That's not good. Somebody spiking the Giants Gatorade coolers with estrogen. Ball out, and Neil just looked at it like, nope. That dude is still celebrating on the sideline. Yeah, they definitely have talent. I was just worried that they were just going to be inept on offense because it was the rookie's first game, but it looks like they're going to handle business. Now they got Ty Summers out there, 47. A guy that I'm still not sure is a real person. The first time we went out there, I was like, who is that? And they were like, that's Ty Summers. You don't know the Giants, right? I'm like, who is Ty Summers? All right, here we go. 2nd and 7 here for Penix in the pistol. A lot of P's right there. Penix in the pistol. Here we go. Handoff to Bijan Robinson. They tried to rip the ball out and it doesn't come out. He's gonna lose a yard. And again, the Giants defense continues to stop the run. Bijan put 2 hands on that football, or else they would have been going back the other way with it. Third and 9 coming up. Penix so far is 7 for 13 for 86 yards. So a little bit over 10 yards. About what, 12 yards per completion so far. Brian Robinson is fumbled twice today, hurting the Commanders today. Let's see. 30 seconds left. Drew Lock on the sideline talking to Shea Tierney and Tim Boyle. 15, 14, 13 on the play clock. 30 seconds left in the second quarter. Just inside the 30 at the 29. Penix has got it. He's got great protection. And he's got a guy wide open. I'm just telling you, man. Like, I just really like the way this guy gets rid of the football. And Mooney put a move there on Cordell Flott. It's so funny that Flott being so small, he usually struggles with the smaller receivers. He has no issues with the big receivers. Looking like this is going to be set up for Malik Neighbors to get some garbage time stats. There goes Bijan going down again. Tackle for loss. I mean, they cannot run the ball. I don't know why they're still running the ball. I mean, I guess, I don't know, but they can't do it. Because at this point, it's not an efficient play for them to run the ball if they're losing yards down here in the red zone. So here we go. 22 seconds in the first half. 2nd and 12. Penix just hit 100 yards on 8 plays, on 8 completions. 2nd and 12. Back in the pistol. A short pass, Drake London making a guy miss, and he is taking entirely too long to get down. And the Falcons are going to take their last time out there with 15 seconds left. I mean, I think he probably should have spun outside to try to get out of bounds, but it's a nice play, just not the right time. He wasted about probably 4 or 5 seconds off the clock. So the Falcons have 16 seconds left. 3rd and 2. Got to get the ball in the end zone somehow. I mean, they do have enough time to be able to complete this for a first down, spike it, and then take another shot at the end zone. Let's see. Penix here, just inside the 7-yard line, taking a shot. Oh, no! No, no, no. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Now they're fighting. Now they're brawling. Don't give us another 15 yards, please. Don't give us another 15 yards. Nice play there from Flat. I think they're gonna count that as an interception. But I don't think this will mess up the tank. I think we're good. We're down 10. I think we're good. But that would have completely sealed it. Kyle Pitts is like really struggling, man. Like Kyle Pitts is really struggling. I mean, come on, man. I mean, Kyle Pitts is so disappointing. They just gave us 15 yards too. That's gonna cost them points. Yeah, they just gave us 15 after that. So let's see what happened there. They're putting on Drake London because he grabbed a face mask because he threw a punch. Yeah. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. That'll do it. All right, so the Giants are going to get this at their own 40, no timeouts. And Drew Lock just throws it away first play, so next play will be a shot at the end zone. Second and 10 coming up. I just saw somebody say put Drew Lock in the Giants Ring of Honor. It feels wrong, Willie, but at the same time, it's right because we're rooting for them because we're going to actually get. Oh my God, Drew Lock is tripping, man. I don't know why he didn't even like look to throw it deep or whatever. Anyway, Giants are going to the half down 17-7. 176 total yards to 108. clock keeper eating a hot dog. Kyle Pitts just took points off the clock for him, but I mean, this would have been us down 24-7 after it looked like we were probably going to take control of that game, which is, I mean, it's funny. We were going to be up 17-3. Instead, we're down 17-7, but we could have been down 24-7. I mean, there's two quarterbacks in this draft. Most of them are going back. So if you're not getting one of those two quarterbacks there, then I mean, you're just not going to get one. You're not going to get one. So I mean, you can definitely root for. I'm not going to tell you like, oh no, don't root for the. I mean, you can definitely keep rooting for the Giants, but at the same time, I mean, what are you going to get out of these moral victories that are really like, we get W's in the column form, but at the end of the day, these victories that we've gotten the last couple of years have been moral victories because they haven't done anything for the culture of the team. They haven't made the team better the next year. They haven't really done anything for us. So, I mean, I really think at this point they've been moral victories. All they've done is lost us out of our ability to get Drake May, lost us out of our ability to get Jaden Daniels. And we're looking here. Willie, please. I'm going to ask you to look back at the beginning of the season where we had a healthy offense. Do you know who's out there right now? Are we really going to do the whole, we're not going to draft a rookie quarterback because we don't have a top offensive line? Because first off, I'm going to push back on that because at the beginning of the season, we had an offensive line that was blocking, and Drew Lock has not been sacked a bunch today. Are you watching the game? The offensive line isn't under constant pressure all day. Like, that's not what's going on right now. Even with these backups out here. But with the starters, our offensive line was giving Daniel Jones plenty of time. So by your logic, you don't draft Peyton Manning. By your logic, you don't draft Eli Manning. By your logic, you don't draft Joe Burrow. By your logic, you don't draft any top quarterback because you're the worst team in the league. I mean, it doesn't make sense to not take a quarterback that you think can help your team win. It's the most important position for a reason. And also, you have $60 million in cap space. You don't pass on quarterbacks every year until you get a perfect team around them. Because right now, Drew Lock and even Tim Boyle last week were able to sit back there pretty comfortably. I don't understand what you're talking about as far as the offensive line because these are all reserves right now, and Drew Lock has been able to operate the offense. Is he doing it well? No, because he's not good, but he's back there with time. Like, he's back there with time. I think you're just drinking the Kool-Aid because, yeah, we need a legit point, definitely. But I mean, like, the offensive line, even at this point in the season, with like 5 injuries, is playing pretty decently against team starters. So that goes to show you that, I mean, I don't think that's a huge issue. As long as we have a guy back there like Daniel Jones, like Tommy DeVito, who hold the ball forever, the offensive line is always going to look horrible. Like Drew Lock dropping that fumble was after he held the ball for 5 seconds. He's coming out in 2027. Like you don't wait 3-4 years to get a quarterback because he's coming out 2027. We've seen Arch Manning throw like 20 passes, maybe 40 passes in college. We don't know if Arch Manning is a game-changing quarterback. Now, if you just don't think that Shador and Cam Ward are going to be good quarterbacks, that's a different discussion. I mean, at that point, yeah, it makes no sense to lose because you don't think they'll be good quarterbacks. But if you think they can be good quarterbacks, then I think you got to take one because guess what? If you take Cam Ward or you take Shador Sanders and you think the situation around them is so bad that the Giants are just going to ruin them because there's no offensive line and everything under the sun, well, guess what? You could easily get rid of them after 2 years continue to build the team around them, and draft Arch Manning in 2027. Arch Manning, the Great White Hope. I mean, like in 2027, you could have already evaluated the quarterback and gotten rid of him. So, I mean, I don't see an issue with taking a guy at the top of the draft. But again, I mean, I'll repeat it. Jaden Daniels is, I mean, Jaden Daniels coming into this season, I, as an LSU fan and a Jaden Daniels fan who thought that he would be like a great quarterback, I was looking at that Washington offensive line and I was like, there is absolutely no way. There's absolutely no way that Jaden Daniels can go in there and succeed behind this offensive line. And almost instantly, the offensive line became a non-factor. Like almost instantly, the offensive line became a non-factor. So, I mean, I don't think it's as big an issue as you think. Now, as far as Joe Shane, I don't trust Joe Shane to do much of anything. But I think there's only two quarterbacks. I think both of the quarterbacks are going to be good. So I don't think there's going to be anything wrong with him taking them. I hope he's not the one picking those quarterbacks, but it looks like the Giants, for some reason, want him to be back this year. So, I mean, best case scenario, Joe Shane is going to get fired after next year. And a new GM can come in here and build around the quarterback, which is not what I want. But hopefully, hopefully, hopefully whoever comes in here after Joe Shane can actually build around him. And if not, I mean, whatever, go out and get your quarterback. Because you see, like all around the league, like it is not as complicated to build a good NFL team as some people make it out to be. Like look at the Lions. They got rid of Matt Stafford and got Jared Goff. Look at the Rams. They got rid of Jared Goff and got Matt Stafford. I mean, there are a ton of ways to get a quarterback. Look at the 49ers. They got Brock Purdy. There's a ton of ways to get a quarterback and a ton of ways to build a team. And if whatever GM gets here the year after this upcoming Joe Shane year, because if it's looking like they're going to bring him back. So hopefully he doesn't spend our entire cap. But if he does, that's not going to be good. But if he doesn't and the new GM actually has cap space, then I think you'll be able to get some stuff done. I think you can go out and get a free agency quarterback. Don't know who's out there, but that's possible. You can go out and draft another quarterback if the Giants are bad. But I think it makes the most sense to have one of these top two picks because these two quarterbacks are the only good quarterbacks in this draft. It's looking like Drew Allar, I think he announced that he's going back. Or it's at least rumored that he is, but I'm pretty sure he announced it. Jalen Milroe is looking like he's going to go back, depending on, he's probably waiting to see what happens in his college football playoffs, see if he can boost his stock a little bit. But did they even make it? I'm not even sure if they made it. Let me double check that. I think they may have. Let me see. Yeah, they didn't make it. Yeah, they didn't even make it. So at this point, like Milroe's probably going to go back. Milroe's probably going to go back. So yeah, you're looking at Cam Ward, you're looking at Shedeur Sanders, and then the next guy is probably who? I mean, Dylan Gabriel, because Allar is going back, Quentin Ewers is going back. I mean, who are you? Nussmeier's going back. So you have two quarterbacks and then nothing. Jackson Dart maybe, but Jackson Dart at this point with Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward both going. If we get the first pick, yes. Yeah, I mean, but with with all of these quarterbacks going back to college now, Jackson Dart, who was going to be like a second round pick, maybe top of the second round, maybe mid second round, he's going to be like a top 15 pick now because there's no other quarterbacks. Take a look at They said, why do people think Arch Manning wants to play? I mean, I'm sure he wants to play for the Giants or the Colts or the Broncos. I'm sure he'd like to do that, or the Saints maybe. But I mean, in 2027, who knows what's going to be happening? In 2027, who knows? Shador Sanders or Cam Ward could be on the Giants. Like, they could be winning the Super Bowl for all we know. I mean, anything could happen in 2027. But I want to pull up these quarterbacks for 2025. Let's see. Quarterbacks, because a lot of these guys are already going back. You got Carson Beck, who I'm not that high on. You got Dylan Gabriel. You got you got those two. I mean, Curtis Rourke out of Indiana. Not really that exciting. You got Jackson Dart, Kyle McCord. You know, nothing really stands out here. I mean, maybe you find a sleeper, and I'll look through this as we get into, our off season to see, if there are even like some backup options, no matter who we take in the first round, that are gonna be like, fourth, fifth, sixth round picks. But I'm not really seeing any other options. I'm not really seeing any other options. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Milrow will probably go high, like top 10 or top 12 if he comes out. But if he doesn't, then Jackson Dart could get himself in the top 15. Exactly. By 2027, the drones might be working at McDonald's at that point, like being the manager at McDonald's, because nobody wants to do anything about the drones. So Jesse Bates and Drew Lock are making sure that we do what we're supposed to do as far as losing this game. We are in the third quarter. I think we get the ball first. Malik Neighbors at 93 catches just broke the rookie record that Saquon held. Both of them got their Christmas sweaters on. I should have thrown my Christmas sweater on. They already testing AI judging boxing. Wow. Oh man, it's already bad enough. Maybe that'll help it, but I doubt it. I doubt it. As somebody who has like worked in like data in my career, I just like got on Chat GPT and asked it to run like a bunch of analysis on stuff, and I'm like, it was so easy to do. It's like nobody's gonna have a job. The drones are gonna be running everything. The drones are gonna be running absolutely everything. Because like, how do we not have an answer for like random drones in the sky? 31-13 is the final at least. Message retracted. Huh. I guess we got another score coming in. First and 10 here for Drew Lock and the Giants. Hopefully it's Drew Lock out there and they didn't throw Boyle out there because he'd bring the team back probably. Here we go. Hand off to Singletary, who gets 3. It's the U.S. military. Stop kidding yourself. It could be the military. Could be. Could be, but I mean, like I said, I mean, the fact that we don't have answers is telling. You know, it's got to be. Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna have bias. Oh, it got intercepted. Oh my God, Drew Lock. Drew Lock is a guy. Drew Lock is a guy. This is crazy, like how evenly matched these teams were. To like at this point, like this, he honestly caused the blowout himself. Like he single handedly caused the blowout. Like I'm sure Dable is heated because like he was thinking like he'd be able to squeak out a win today, and then they almost missed the extra point, but that puts them up 24-7. This is crazy. This is crazy. Evan Neal, man. This is generational, man. Someone want to add. Oh man. Let's see. Drew Lock may have ended his career today. Yeah, that's sad. Yeah, that's sad. Like I said, I met him in the airport last year, and I was just thinking like this guy might actually play for us. And man, he has been stinking it up this year. He's been stinking it up. Wow. Drew Lock today, 2 interceptions and a fumble, 2 pick sixes. I mean, he has like really done it, man. Like he's really just like, I mean, I didn't think he had it in him. Yeah, I think Atlanta will, yeah, Drew Lock was a cool dude. Like he had his mom with him, his wife, his baby, his dog. He was like, it was like I was like, I'm rooting for the guy. He's a nice family man, but I mean, and it just reminded me like how huge NFL quarterbacks are. Like the dude's like 6'6", like 240. Like he looked like 6'6", 240. I wasn't even looking him in the eye. That's how tall he was. Like maybe 6'5", but either way, somewhere 6'5", 6'6", and like 230 something. Like the dude looked like what you would expect Josh Allen to look like in person. So like I can only imagine what Josh Allen actually looks like in person. Here we go, 2nd and 10 in the shotgun. Hand off to Tracy. Tracy's got a little room, and he's not going to hit 1,000 yards because he has no. I mean, why would they respect the run at this point? You think Evan Neal has an attitude problem? He's got a lot of problems. He's got a technique problem, an attitude problem, a burger flipping problem. He's got a lot of issues. A blocking problem. Oh yeah, Drew Lock's not seeing the field well at all. He's not seeing the field well at all. And yeah, at this point, you can definitely put Tim Boyle back in, even though they're going to go to DeVito before they go to Tim Boyle because we're all going to play the games to just say like, oh no, Tim Boyle is clearly the third best quarterback. Like we all know the truth. But Drew Lock's not seeing the field well right now. They get, if they're actually trying to score some garbage time points, they got to get him out of there. There we go. Aguilar, I don't know how to pronounce the guy's name. Aguilar 25. No, don't put Tim Boyle in. I don't think Tim Boyle will bring the team back. I don't think he could overcome this deficit, but I do think he's better than the other two guys. I don't think he could bring him back though. But I do think he could get the ball to Malik Neighbors. Like this is nuts that like out of the last like however many years, Tyrod Taylor and Tim Boyle have been the best quarterbacks for the Giants. Like who would have expected that Tim Boyle would be any he should not like it just makes no sense. Let's see. Let's see. Neighbors had it. Neighbors has had it. What you seeing? What you seeing down there, Jason? Is neighbors like throwing a fit on the sideline or something? And I started to go to that game, but I just didn't want to see it. I just didn't want to see it. I just didn't want to see it. They're putting shrooms on the on the Whoppers now at Burger King. Yeah, I mean, I think Tyrod Taylor would have been their starting quarterback if he was younger, and then also if he could stay healthy. I think if Tyrod didn't have like a health issue, I think they would have brought him back this year and he would have been our starter like after like 2 or 3 games. Um, he threw his helmet on the ground. Yeah, I mean, I can imagine. I can imagine. First of all, like he's sick of the losing. Second of all, it's like he's not getting any passes going his way. Like they just decide not to look at him. Penix so far 9 for 16, 110. Yeah, Dable's done. Yeah, he's them a done. Tibbs and Burns in there. And there we go. They finally got a little bit of a gap there for Bijan Robinson after getting shut down most of the time. Jason Pinnock hurt. He's holding his face or something. He's like he got poked in the eye. So he should be fine. I need Tim Boyle to get in the game for my fantasy team's sakes. Here we go. 1st and 10 here for Penix and the Falcons. Hand off to Bijan. He's going to go down. And he went down hard. Ty Summers took him down. See what's going on in the chat. We kept Pinnock over Julian and Xavier. He was just kept the cheapest option. Fire Dable for Christmas and promote Kafka. That might actually be fine. That might actually be fine. I think they will probably promote what's the guy's name? Defensive line coach in Minnesota from Minnesota. Andre Patterson. I think they probably promote him. Drake London making some guys miss, and this is embarrassing. Like it's clear that Dable is, I mean, he's not able to make the offense better than Mike Kafka. Banks is worse in person too. Yeah, I can only imagine. I mean, it's such a mess, man. Like he looked like a solid player ascending last year, and he just looks worse and worse every week. He's like he lost his confidence. He can't track the football, and I guess teams are understanding that now that they can throw to him while he's in coverage. And now he's getting beaten covers now. Hand off to 25, who picks up a first down. I think his name is Tyler Algier. So I'll say that from now on. Tyler Algier. I didn't think Kafka was bad. OC, I think our playoff season, he was literally telling DJ which reads to make first. That's possible. Do I think the plane service in MetLife is an issue? I think so. You got a little bit of 5-on-5 crime right there with Thibodeau and London. But I think the playing turf is an issue. But I'm not sure that the injuries have happened at home or not. I've been so out of it with these, and that pass is short from Penix. But I think the passes I've been so out of it as far as how bad the Giants play at home that I haven't even noticed where the injuries have happened. But I do think the turf has been an issue. Now they redid the turf with another turf this offseason. So supposedly it's better. They're playing on turf right now. They've had a couple of injuries. Some people say go to grass, and then other people say that grass isn't as good, but every player says they like playing on grass. So interesting. There goes Algier again on a screen pass. He is about a yard short of a first down. We need these games because it's going to force some change. Like I said, Dable was the offensive guru, and we are sitting here now. Averaging 14 points a game or 13 points a game. Yeah, the players all say that they prefer grass, but the Giants aren't going to go to grass because of money. We already know they're not going to go to grass because of money. MetLife Stadium, they have a lot of stuff that they do there, and they like having that turf that they can just easily work around. So they're never going to go to grass, and it is what it is there. And we've always had an issue with the injuries. If you think about it, maybe you could say that those injuries have kind of happened after we got the new stadium. I don't remember what they were playing on back then before we got into MetLife, but you could say that those injuries kind of started there because, 2010, 2011, 2012, it's just always been a bunch of injuries. You said you'll maintain the grass every week. Yeah, we definitely haven't seen what Dable can do, but at the same time, it's kind of like the same thing that happened with Daniel Jones. Is we didn't really see Daniel Jones with a number one receiver and a good offensive line and a good running. We didn't really see him with the tools he needed to succeed until probably this year. As far as on the offensive side. And we didn't really get much from him to just say that he deserved to be touted as a guy. And I think that's the same thing with Brian Dable. It's do we want to go 6 years with Dable to see if we can get him a quarterback that he likes and then let that quarterback develop? Because think about it, next year he gets a quarterback. You may see some flashes, which I'm sure you'll see because the guy will be talented. But the first year you're going to hear he's still a rookie. We got to develop him. And there goes Bijan Robinson. And there's about 3 yards short of a touchdown. But yeah, the first year is going to be an excuse that he's a rookie. And then the second year, you'll be in 2026? And then you would have hired him in 2022. So, 5 years? 5 full seasons, 2022? 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 5 full seasons of just watching to see what happens. I'm not sure we can do that. I need Malik Neighbors to catch some passes. For my fantasy team's sake. We're in a big game. We're in a big game this week, so I need him to make some stuff happen. There goes Drake London dropping the pass. Deonte Banks actually had decent coverage there. Man, I need Malik Neighbors to score some points today. I need him to get some garbage time points. Brian Thomas Jr. looking like, he usually does some stuff for me, but I need him to get some points. I can't have Darnell Mooney outscoring Malik Neighbors. I can't have that. And I need to keep him out of the end zone here. So get Darnell Mooney out of here. Number one cannot score a touchdown here. Hand off to Bijan. Bijan's going to waltz in. There we go. Keep it out of the Mooney's hands. Keep it out of Mooney's hands. Let's see if I can update this. Hopefully don't miss the extra point and I don't have to come back to fix that score. But for now, it's looking like 31-7. Let's see. MetLife looks like a can of spam. It is a hideous stadium. It is. It's disgusting. I'm not going to lie to you. We're making history. Last time the Falcons scored 31 points was, I couldn't hear, but it was a long time ago. Or at least 31 points in the third quarter. What just happened to my... Something just took my camera out. Let's see. Okay. We're back. Oh, strange. Fire everyone. They turn this team into a dumpster fire. That's exactly why every video I make now, I have a dumpster. I have I have a fire over the dumpster that is MetLife Stadium every week. Yeah, Drew Lock is doing this thing, man. I really thought they would go out here and win this game. I was like, oh man, are the Giants gonna win this game? Has Michael Penix even thrown a touchdown today? I don't think he has. I think you got the rushing touchdown, 2 rushing touchdowns for Bijan, and then you got Penix, 12 for 21, 147, and interception, and then you got the 2 pick sixes. Giants got 115 total yards here in the third quarter. I mean, put Tim Boyle in. Put Tim Boyle in. I need points from Malik Neighbors. So I think we got to put Tim Boyle in here. Bring this mic back here. Let me know if you all can hear me. I got a new mic, so distance away from the mic is a little bit more important now. So hopefully you all can hear me now after you hear me fiddling around with it. One good quarterback shaves off years of rebuilding. Yeah. They put Tim Boyle in? That'll be exciting if Tim Boyle's in the game, and we got something to look forward to. This is the perfect way to get garbage time stats. I mean, get Tim Boyle and Malik Neighbors on the field together, and they're gonna make magic. They're gonna make magic. Because if you put in Tommy DeVito, I mean, it's like, what are you asking for? You're asking for just more of the same. Like Tommy DeVito and Drew Lock. Tommy DeVito just basically plays like a worse version of Daniel Jones. And Drew Lock is just accident prone, and then you don't really get much of the reward that you get. Let's see, Drew Lock back in there. Play action. There we go. Get Malik a catch. Like I said, I need these yards from Malik in my fantasy. If I can get him, 80 to 100 yards and a touchdown, I'm fine. The Lions are so good, man. Like, how did the Lions get so good? This is what I'm saying. The Lions, it's not like the Lions were like this powerhouse team that like they were one step away. Like, we gotta get good like that. Devin Singletary going nowhere. Force it to Malik Neighbors. Like, can we force it to Malik Neighbors? Like the way we force it to Wandale Robinson, can we force it to Malik Neighbors? Yeah, and we paid $5 million for Drew. Here we go. And we get a broken up pass. Fourth and four coming up. The Giants will punt. Yeah, the Lions invested in the trenches, and they also got a guy that can make something happen at quarterback. They got really good coaching there on the offense. Yeah, I mean they just do a lot of stuff really well. Yeah, John Mayer is sick, man. I'm telling you, if the Raiders win today, I mean we're partying. We're partying today. We're partying today if the Raiders win. With Drew Lock out there, like with him making mistakes, there's no possible way that this team can win. There's no possible way this team can win a game with Drew Lock making mistakes. KT, Neil, the other KT, Tay, DJ, all our top picks. Yeah, exactly. Like I mean, yeah, and Kadarius Tony wasn't a Shane pick, but it's just like if you look at our first round picks, second round, like how many stars do we have out of those picks? Like you go to Evan Neal, you go to Kayvon Thibodeau, good player. Kayvon Thibodeau's a good player. Um, Evan Neal is a bad player. You look at the second round, you got um, Wandale Robinson and Josh Azudu. Good player, Wandale, but he's also very limited. And he got Azudu, a bad player, who you refuse to play at the position you drafted him to play, which is guard. You don't give him any reps at guard, so we don't know if he'd ever be good there. The second year, what do we do second year? We took JMS the second year. First round, we took Deontay Banks. Banks looked like he would be a good player, and now he looks horrible. JMS is a good player, okay player. So maybe he can become a good player. But out of those four, let me see, 4, 5 picks in the first and second round, because you had 2 first round picks the first year, you had 2 second round picks the second year. Out of all of these picks, you don't have any star players in the first round. In the second round, you don't have any star players. This year, I'm going to continue to speak the truth here. Tyler Nubin, I think, can be a good player. Like I think Tyler Nubin can be a good player, but right now he's not a good safety. He's a good tackler. He's a physical player. He's exciting when he makes tackles, but as far as covering people, he's not good right now. So that was a second round pick. We're getting the production from him that we would expect from like a fourth or fifth round safety. He was a second round pick. First round, we got Malik Neighbors. That's your star. That's it. That's it. You got one star out of like 8 or 9 first or second round picks. And you wonder why your team isn't moving the needle. The guys that were moving the needle, Dexter Lawrence, Andrew Thomas. Um, I mean, I think those guys are the ones that are moving the needle. And those aren't your draft picks. Now, the only argument that I'll concede to is that he went out and got Brian Burns, and I think Brian Burns is a really good player. So, I mean, by that logic, you use your second round pick to get a really good edge rusher, but we're still kind of, the jury's still kind of out to see if he's going to be like a consistently game wrecking edge rusher, which I don't know. I don't know if he'll ever be that, or does it just take that we need to be up more in games for him to be pass rushing more aggressively? But I think he's definitely worth the second round pick. I think the money wasn't too bad to get a player that was that age of that skill set there. But as far as majority of what he's done with his premium picks, we've gotten Malik Neighbors. The rest of the guys are either just guys or bad players. So that's just all unfortunate. 3rd and 1 here from Michael Penix. Hand off to Algier, and he picked up a first there, clearly. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah, Atlanta gonna put up 40. Still in the third quarter. Tracy hurt his ankle. Yeah, we'll see what happens there. Yeah, I feel bad for Tracy because we just like are so out of games that there's no running the ball. Hand off to Algier. Here you go, Penix back in the pistol. That's a nice play there, pitching it to 34 there. And they pick up a quick first. Hopefully this is enough here. I mean, hopefully this is enough here for him to see that Shane needs to go along with Dable. Don't feel bad for any of these guys. They're making bank. Let's keep it in perspective. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, they are making bank to have fun. Um, did I say something about feeling bad about? I remember saying, I think I said Tyrone Tracy. I think I said I feel bad that he's not going to get the chance to get 1,000 yards because of the state of the team. I don't feel bad as in like, oh, woe is me, like like we should put together a GoFundMe for him to help him feel better. But I do feel bad from the perspective of like, it was something that he probably should have had an opportunity to do that he's not going to get to do. Kirk Cousins started off 6-3, 17-7, and just collapsed. 2nd and 10. Penix still looking for his first passing touchdown, but the running game is starting to work here. Bijan Robinson picks up a first, and the Falcons are right around midfield. I need fantasy help bad. All right, here we go. Like I said, again, sleeping through another game. I mean, it used to be so fun to watch the Giants play football. Like my blood would literally be pumping. Like I would honestly like get chills. Like it would be an event every time I would watch the Giants play as a kid, up until a teenager, everything. And it's just like at this point, it's like a chore. Like I just kind of sleepwalk into it. I'm on stream here. I'm like yawning on like. And Merry Christmas, James. Merry Christmas to everybody that celebrates Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, um, whatever holiday you may be supporting, or if you're not supporting, but if you're not celebrating any holiday, then just enjoy your time. Hopefully, you get to spend it with your family and not with the Giants. Luckily, we don't play on Christmas this year. Do we play on Christmas this year? Hopefully, we don't. I know we did last year, but I'm pretty sure we don't this year. Yep, we don't play Christmas. Play next Sunday. Do we regret not taking a quarterback over a wide receiver yet? Yeah, I mean, I wanted to take Penix. I understood why they took Malik Neighbors, but I mean, at the same time, saying that Penix wasn't I don't know. I feel like Penix is clearly better than what we have here now. So that's not really a debate. Taylor only cared about winning and go. Let's see. Let's see what's going on the scoreboard here. So let's see, week 16. Browns are in the red zone against the Bengals. So we'll see if they can try to make a comeback. Dorian Thompson Robinson is 11 for 18 for 90 yards and an interception in the third quarter. Fourth quarter, actually. Cardinals are down 3 points to the Panthers. The Panthers have the ball in the third quarter, so the Cardinals are closing a gap there. Hopefully, the Panthers can hold on because that'll get a team out of that 3-11 gridiron. I mean, like that gridlock that we're all at. Bears aren't doing anything against the Lions. Tie game with the Rams and Jets. And the Titans are not going to be coming back against the Colts. They're down 38-15. Mason Rudolph in at quarterback, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, 163. Not much to say about the Titans. The Colts, though, oh man, what a boring way to experience football as a Giants fan. Anthony Richardson is 6 for 9 for 121 yards. I mean, this guy is barely playing quarterback. It's like these are like Tim Tebow stats. These are like Tim Tebow s stats. Like there's like calling Lamar a running back and not calling Anthony Richardson a running back is crazy. I'm telling you though, one thing about the Falcons Stadium is like there's no parking. There's no parking. Like you have to park at a train station or you got to park in a parking lot that's just like a public parking lot. And I'm never going to be parking in a parking lot that there's a major event in a major city. Like I'm not doing that. So people can just like break your windows and take stuff out of your like I'm not doing that. So you honestly have to park at a train station. You got to park at the train station and ride in on the subway. Uh, but there's no parking at the actual stadium. I was like, what is going on here? Yeah, Jason, you probably just had to find a station. It's crazy. The Uber, I mean, like, good luck getting an Uber. I mean, you could probably get one, but like, it's not going to be fun with so many other people are calling Ubers. 3rd and 1, and you got a first down, and there goes Bijan Robinson picking up another first. Hard fought game today for him. I'm sure he's gotten his average up. We got all our cornerbacks today. That is nuts. Somebody started the Falcons defense in fantasy. They have 27 points today. They have 27 fantasy points today. As a Giants fan, I smoke every day. 132 yards and 2 touchdowns for Barkley. Like I said, I mean, I'm surprised he kind of calmed down. He's like, I guess, like, has only gotten 20 yards since the first quarter. I mean, I would think that he would just try to run the air out of the ball. I mean, 110 yards. Every time Saquon goes against the Commanders, though, he's successful. Like, he doesn't have any issues against the Commanders. I don't think Van Roten is going to be there. I think Mark. I think your line is going to be Andrew Thomas here. Um, Let me see where I'm showing up on camera. Let me see where I'm showing up on camera. I got this delay here. I'm just going to assume that I'm doing it right. Andrew Thomas at left tackle. You're going to have John Ryan at left guard. You're going to have JMS at center. And you're going to have, what's the guy? I think you're going to have Aaron Banks, the guard from San Francisco at right guard. And then you're going to have Illuminor at right tackle. So I think that is like a really, really good offensive line. Because you got really two dominant players with Aaron Banks and Andrew Thomas on that line. And you got a good player and John Ryan. You got a decent player at your center. And then you got another good player who was one of the best right tackles in football, pass protection wise, with Illuminor. So I think that offensive line is going to be really good. I think we're going to have whoever's back there is going to have time, because I can't see the Giants going out there with all the money they have and not going after one of these offensive linemen. And I think Aaron Banks is going to be the top of their list. And if he's not, I think there's going to be opportunity to draft one. As far as your edge guys and your linemen, I think there's going to be opportunity there too. Yeah, he's not consistent, but notice the inconsistencies. The inconsistency started when he didn't have, competence around him. Like when John Runyan is playing with Andrew Thomas, he does not have to worry about helping out Andrew Thomas at all. All he has to do is worry about helping out your center. So having a center that can be helped out by those guards, I think is good. Like John Runyan can help out him. GVR could help him out because GVR didn't have to worry about Illuminor, and Andrew Thomas was not a liability on the other side. So they were both able to help out JMS. So he's not the player I wanted him to be, but at the same time, I think the offensive line will be just fine. Yeah, Neal is good for running the ball, but I mean, pass pro, I mean, not as good. But he also, he's a little bit better than he was last year and the year before in pass pro, but he's not a guy you want out there. And people are saying, like, let's move Evan Neal to guard. I mean, possibly, but that would get us, our money's worth. Still playing him as a starter. And he could be a good guard, but I'm not going to bank on that. The time to do it would have been this year. And we can't do it because so many people are hurt. So at this point, you would be banking on him becoming your starting guard. So maybe you could do that if you draft a guard and you say you want to just develop the guy. But I think at this point, like I said, the ship is sailed. You got to go out and get a vet guard like Aaron Banks and start him there, right guard. Ryan is going to be there for a little while. AT is going to be there. And then once you really get that second guard, I think at that point you can start to look to see like what tackles are out there. What tackles are out there that are like of the caliber of Illuminor that can be our swing tackle? Or what tackles in the draft, because this is a decent offensive line draft too. What tackles in the draft can give us low level or mid level starting level play at tackle? So I think if we can find that, your offensive line goes from being bad, which I think they're bad right now, but I don't think they're as bad as they've been. Like as far as like horrible, worst in the league, bottom tier completely. But I think they go from that to being a very good unit. If you add Aaron Banks to his healthy offensive line and then a swing tackle that's actually, competent, I think you help things out a lot. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. The offensive line this year has not been horrible. Like the breakdowns that we saw, especially last year, like before Daniel Jones got hurt, that offensive line was unplayable. Like you could not go behind that line and do anything. Because like if you had a good quarterback behind this offensive line, and then you also had, the receivers that we already have pretty much, I think that helps things a lot. Because right now the quarterback play that we're getting is horrible. Like it's worse than Daniel Jones, which like some people are doing victory laps because they're like, you all blamed it on Daniel. Like I didn't blame everything wrong with this team on Daniel Jones, but I did think that he wasn't a guy that we would ever be able to win, and definitely not win anything significant with. So now you got two guys who are worse than Daniel Jones, and then Tim Boyle, who was probably still worse than Daniel Jones, but is better than the other two guys. So I mean, at that point, I think we're in a perfect situation to go out and get our guy. I think Penix so far he looks comfortable. He's moving in the pocket pretty well. Um, he's had a couple of nice conversions on third downs, a couple of nice first downs. Of course, nice velocity on the ball. That's something we already knew. But even though he runs that 4-4, I don't think he's the quickest guy in the pocket or even, there we go. Malik Neighbors dropped the ball. Come on, man. I need my points, man. I need my points. I need my points, Malik. I need my points, man. Like Drew Lock has 91 yards, but I need Malik Neighbors to have 91 yards. Yeah, Penix has it. He's always had a cannon for an arm. Illuminor's back out there? I guess he's playing left tackle. Why is he out there? What's going on? How did he get out there? Maybe Hubbard's playing guard or something. I can't tell. But I heard them talking about Hubbard, and I see Illuminor out there. Swing pass to Tracy. Tracy's making a guy miss. He's making another guy miss, and he'll go down. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy all that's over. Like I said, Daniel Jones being on this team probably wins us that game 2 weeks ago. I forgot who we were playing 2 weeks ago, but he probably wins that game 2 weeks ago for us. Um, Daniel Jones and Saquon this year, we'd be like a 6-7 win team. And still in quarterback purgatory. Still saying that Daniel Jones doesn't have enough help. So I'm glad that we made the moves that we made. Drew Lock taking another shot and too far. Yeah. I mean, we've had those timing issues on these deep routes all year long. I just like I said, I just can't wait until we get a quarterback in here that can connect on some of these throws. And people said it was impossible, but I saw Tim Boyle come in there and struggle at the beginning. But once he got comfortable, I mean, the guy was connecting on throws, explosive plays. There we go. Drew Lock taking off and going nowhere. Dable is like literally dumb. Like I don't know why he thinks that Drew Lock on a quarterback keeper on a draw is going to do anything. Because once he like decides that he's going to take off, even on design run play, like the defense can see that and say like, okay, we're shutting it down. And I am starting to be starving, and we got 9 minutes left in this game. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I may not finish this game. I'm starting to get really hungry. Look at Lock with his dumb. Yeah, that was a dumb play. And you had a guy offsides right there. Matthew Stafford, 11-yard touchdown pass, helping out my sleeper team. I gave up on that sleeper league that I'm in. I gave up on pretty much all the leagues that I'm not getting paid from. Like any league, any fantasy league that's not paid, I just like stop setting the lineup after a while. Malik Neighbors still at 6 points, 6 fantasy points for Malik Neighbors. He'd be at like 9 if he would have caught that pass, I think. Remember Flowers? Yeah, Eric Flowers was probably better than Evan Neal, to be honest with you. Drew Lock throwing off his back foot. Malik Neighbors with the catch, and we'll see what the flag is. We'll see what the flag is. Illegal shift. Here we go with this illegal shift. Like, I mean, like I said, Dable needs to be fired just on that alone. He needs to be fired just on that alone because, like, illegal shift, man. Like, all right, here we go, leaking the slot. The jump off the snap that edge player got was ridiculous. All right, here we go. Judon timed the snap perfectly. Yeah, Ward does drop the ball a little bit too much for me. 4th and 16 for the Giants. The Giants are actually punting the ball. Who cares if you don't get it? Oh man, 7 more minutes of this, folks. 7 more minutes of this. I really need Malik Neighbors to give me some fantasy points. Like we're literally out here losing games because of illegal procedure. Like Tom Coughlin would never. All right, the Giants are on the brink of history. I missed this graphic they showed. So the worst outright record in the NFL. The Giants had that in 1966. Winless at home, the Giants did that in 1974. Winless in the division, the Giants have never done that, and they're going to do it this year. And then they held the number 1 draft choice, because I'm saying choice because back then they call it a number 1 draft choice because it was so long ago, in 1965. Draft choice. Oh man, we really stepped in it, deciding to be Giants fans. We really stepped in it. I just don't know what to say. Like we really stepped in it being Giants fans. Like this is like ridiculous. Not one home win, not one division win. I mean, there's no way you can keep there's no way you can keep guys after this. Yeah, I mean, they really got to put Boyle in there. And the thing is, like, they're not even going to go to Boyle at that point. They're going to go to DeVito, which is like a more boring version of Daniel Jones. Like, DeVito is scared to throw the ball downfield, too. Here we go, 2nd and 13. Penix in the pistol. Hand off again to Algier, and Algier is going nowhere. Hopefully the Falcons keep running the ball because, like, again, like, this is just so not fair that we have to sit through this. The game's over. And as a matter of fact, man, like I said, I'm starting to get hungry. Um, the game is definitely over. So I mean, I'm just gonna start to make my post game, folks. Like, we're gonna get out of here pretty early. It's the holiday. Nobody wants to sit here and just and sit through this stream of, like, come on, man. So let's see. Here we are on 3rd and 14. Let's see what happens on this play. Oh no! Andrew Phillips missed the pick six. Andrew Phillips knows exactly what the tank is. Andrew Phillips knows exactly that it was time to tank. There is no way that this dude didn't. Andrew Phillips literally gave away a touchdown. All right. Smith Marset catches it. Giants offense back out there. All right. So we'll go ahead and hit record. Um, we'll see how it goes. What's going on, YouTube? Diggy546. It is what it is here, folks. It is what it is. The Giants have once again lost. They once again lost. I just saw Michael Penix almost throw a pick six of his own, and Drew Phillips kind of pulled up on it as if like it wasn't in the script. So it's never fun to see your team lose this bad, but at the same time, it's necessary. We're down 34-7. We got about 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So let's see if I update this score, because I know people love to talk about, you didn't update the score. Who cares? It's 34-7, 31-7. I mean, either way, you're getting cooked. Anyway, today was a day that I was scared. I was scared because I was like, the Giants were moving the ball well. They were playing defense well. And I was like, if they go down here after they scored that first time, and I was like, if Drew Lock goes down here and scores a touchdown, we're going to be up 14-3 on a rookie quarterback in his first game. And some mistakes could start to happen and we could win this game. And boy, I'm glad I was wrong. I'm glad I was wrong. Right after I was thinking that, Drew Lock throws a horrible pick six to Jesse Bates. And shout out to Jesse Bates for selling it for us. He threw a horrible pick six there. Then he comes back and then he fumbles. And then he comes back and he throws another pick six. So, I mean, he got us out of the game as quick as you possibly could. I mean, as quick as you possibly could think of getting your team out of the game, he did. Today, this guy has 107 yards on 27 attempts, 13 for 27. So that's just around 50%. 107 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions. And that touchdown is to Tyrone Tracy. Tracy averaged 3.7 yards per carry. No holes for him there in the run game. Um, Wandale led the team so far, and no, he doesn't. He's got the most yards, but as far as targets, Malik Neighbors has 10 targets for 5 catches as of right now. So he's got 33 yards today. He is about 60 yards away from 1,000 yards. I've been waiting for him to get it. And he just caught another one. So he's on my fantasy team too. So I'm benefiting from him catching these passes. Hopefully he can get closer and closer to 1,000 and also help out my fantasy team. Not an impressive day from really anybody but the run defense today. So Darius Moisau, a guy we drafted that I'm not really too high on, but it is what it is there. He's got 11 total tackles today, 4 solo tackles, 1 tackle for loss. Pinnock, 8 tackles, and I think he left the game. 1 tackle for loss. Ty Summers and Drew Lock just hit Wandale. But Ty Summers, the guy who came in from Michael McFadden, has got 7 tackles. So these guys got busy today. Chris Durden, did a nice job at nose tackle. Meanwhile, Jaden Daniels is trying to bring back the Commanders against the Eagles with 12 minutes left. So that's how it feels to actually play football and be in games, people, because we don't know how it feels. It's been literally 12 weeks. What a ridiculous amount of losses. And there goes Slayton catching one, and he's cutting back, and he's doing big stuff. Man, if we can get the ball to Malik Neighbors, that'd be great. Let's see. Who else? We got Cordell Flott with an interception today. Came off of Kyle Pitts' hands. What a disappointment that guy is so far. Came off of Kyle Pitts' hands, and he intercepted it. Nice interception. Ball pretty much landed right where he was. But we got all our cornerbacks back today, and it didn't really seem like, there was anything impressive. And here we go, hitting it to Wandale again. Not to Malik Neighbors. But we got all our guys back. Deontay Banks once again struggled to track the ball in the air. The rest of the corners, gave up stuff when they needed to give things up. And it's just all around is not a good football team right now. Not a good football team right now. But good news. We're still on track. Like I said, we almost were in a situation where it's like, are we going to win this game, man? Are we going to win this game? Oh, my God. Drew Lock just threw the ball to Eric Gray, and Eric Gray just got upended completely. But we were at a spot where it looked like we might win this game. And I am just so glad that we ended up coming out of this game with a loss. Not because I hate the Giants and I want us to lose, but because we cannot afford. We just can't afford to win. Because right now, the Browns are about to lose. They're at 3-11. Do you really think the Browns would pass on taking a quarterback if they had the top 2 pick? I mean, they may not trade up for one, but you think they pass on one? All these teams, the Jets are trailing by 10. You don't want to be in a situation where these teams are in striking distance for a quarterback and you have to compete with them to trade up when you can just be in the top 2 picks. The Raiders played the Jaguars later today. That's going to be our Super Bowl, people. And Tyrone Tracy's padding the receiver stats right now. But that's going to be our Super Bowl because the Raiders and the Jaguars are at 4 wins, I think. Or maybe they're at 3. The Jaguars are at 3 wins right now. The Raiders are at 2 wins with us. If the Jaguars win, that's going to put them farther away from that top pick. It is what it is there. And it would have helped us because it would have gotten them out of that 3-win category if we would have won today. But since that's not going to happen, pretty much we need the Raiders to win. And if the Raiders go out there and win today, we'll hold complete control of the first pick. And this team is not going to win any games this year. We're not going to win any more games. We're not going to win any more games. I mean, Drew Lock out there specifically, he makes entirely too many mistakes, has entirely too much, it just makes way too many mistakes to be able to go out there and make those mistakes and not lose us games. You're going to be fumbling the ball. You're going to be throwing interceptions. There's no way this team at this stage is going to win any games. And there we go. Malik Neighbors with the ball in his hands. He's making somebody miss and he fell down. And he's annoyed about it. because he should have scored on that play. That's annoying. But so I lost my train of thought right there. I thought Malik was gonna make a big play right there to help out my fantasy team. Um, but yeah, we are in a situation right now where we are right where we need, and there it gets called back because of holding. So let me talk about this now. I'll stay on for a little bit longer here in this video. This is clear at this point. It's clear at this point that Brian Dable and Joe Shane should be gone. Is this not clear now? First off, how many procedural penalties are we going to have this year? I wish I had the number in front of me, but how many are we going to have this year? Whether it be a legal shift, whether it be a legal man downfield, how many bad penalties are we going to have? And there we go. We're finally feeding Malik. But how many penalties like that are we going to have this year? Every game, whether it be a pick play, whether it be whatever. That is a coaching issue. The roster. Look at the roster. Injuries or not, look at the roster. Deonte Banks is not doing anything. All these first and second round picks that we have are liabilities. They're liabilities at this point. Besides Malik Neighbors, they're liabilities. Or just at best, KT is like a solid player, good player. But other than that, most of these guys are liabilities. So we're gonna roll it. We better not roll this team out there. We better not roll this GM and coach out there next year. Because Dable took over play calling. He threw Kafka under the bus. And this offense is much worse. Much worse than we could have ever imagined. Much worse. So this should be the game that solidifies the mayor that everybody must go. And I hope that this dude can actually make it happen. Because they all have to go. So, there's not much else for me to say here. We got 2 more games. Hopefully Saquon is close to breaking that record in the last game, and they give him that chance to do it, so we lose that game. But other than that, we got 2 more games. We got a job to do, and that's watch this team lose the next 2 weeks, get a quarterback, and hopefully we can build around that guy and just have a fresh start. Hopefully that includes a new coach and new GM, but it is what it is there. So I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy the rest of my day. You all try to enjoy what's left of your day and your year. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, everything under the sun. Whatever you're going to be celebrating, even if it's just time with your family, make sure you enjoy it. So I'm gonna take a look at my the stream real quick at the chat because I just spent time recording that video. Let's see. So what do we got in the chat here? What do we got in the chat before I decide to sign off? So let's see. Evan hold on a touchdown. So there was a touchdown. I'm missing out on stuff because my stream went out as I was recording. Looks like they're in the red zone. I'm glad that they got Malik some catches at the end of this game. He's at 68 yards. So if he gets a touchdown, I'm happy with that game. Touchdown from Tyrone Tracy. Holding on Wan'Dale Robinson. Got called back on Wan'Dale. So hopefully I can get this back up then. My stream just all of a sudden just went out. Looks like we're on commercial. Hopefully you all are on commercial too. Blowout win. I need to let reality sink out that it's bad. It's bad. The team is bad. Let's see. Is this what I'm trying to see, or is this I'm trying to see if this is an ad. Okay. Okay, so they're talking about spring football. Okay. Falcons fans are having the time of their life here. Falcons fans are living it up. 34-7. Drew Lock has padded his way to 206 yards here. Um, Malik Neighbors at the bottom of your screen. They're throwing it short instead to Wando Robinson, the man who held and got us off the board. 151, 150, 149, 148, 147. Giants defense actually hasn't played too bad these last couple of weeks. I mean, you got 2 defensive touchdowns today. I mean, I'm sure it looks like it, but they gave like 20 points to a bad to their offense playing as bad as they're playing. And it looks like the Falcons are off sides here. Let's see. Referee trying to figure out what's going on. And they're going to call it a false start, actually. So they were saying Evan Neal took off a touchdown, but he didn't. It was Wandale. But now Evan Neal puts us back 5 yards. All right. 133 left. The Giants are in the red zone. Here we go. Eric Gray in the backfield. Let's see if we can pass some stats. Get the ball to Malik Neighbors. If I get a Malik Neighbors touchdown, I'm having a happy day today. Let's go. Let's get it to Malik. Oh my gosh. Give him a shot, man. Like, let's give him a shot here. Like, Tim Boyle would never. Can nobody throw a fade on this team but Tim Boyle? Malik Neighbors at 97 catches. Brock Bowers at 90. That's crazy. Malik Neighbors at 97 catches with 2 games left. All he's got to do is get 9 more catches, and he's got the rookie record. Oh my gosh. Malik couldn't bring it down. Couldn't bring it down, man. Couldn't bring it down. That touchdown would have done, I mean, it would have done a lot of great things for my fantasy team. Almost caught it. All right, one more shot at the end zone. Let's see if we can get it done. One more shot at the end zone. Out from the 16.5-yard line. Atlanta took a timeout. All right. Can't see the chat for now. My phone died. I was looking at the chat on my phone. So after this play, I'm going to take a look at the chat. And we'll probably get out of here because we're probably not going to score, or we will score. But either way, it's no point in watching the Falcons run out a minute left on the clock. All right, here we are. 4th and goal from like the 16-yard line. Giants are back in the huddle. Falcons are guarding the end zone with their lives. Drew Lock is going to have to extend the play again. There's only 3 rushers, so he should be able to do it. And Evan Neal, false start again. I mean, that's incredible. That's incredible. That's incredible. Like, way to mess up my fantasy team, man. Hopefully Malik Neighbors can at least catch the ball and like run into like the 1-yard line. because that way we'll at least get, I'll at least get some more yardage. But I mean, like, you really just took whatever happens, whether we score a touchdown or not. I need Malik Neighbors to catch the ball. Why are you not looking to Malik Neighbors, man? Why are you not looking to Malik Neighbors? I mean, what a waste of a play. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and nope out of this game. I'm gonna go ahead and close out of this game. There's no point in saying anything else. He refused to do what I wanted him to do. Let's see what the chat's looking like. Falcons ball is over. Yep, it is over. I really feel like you said don't watch the film. I mean, there's nothing to watch. Like, as you notice, like, there's less and less film breakdowns. I mean, I could watch Darius Mwasow and like we can play pretend like he's gonna be a good player for us down the road. But I mean, let's be real. There's nothing really to watch. I mean, if anything, you see some like college film sessions, but other than that, there's not much to watch. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and close out this stream. Um, there's not much going on here, and that would be a good idea. As a matter of fact, I probably should have streamed that instead. But for now, I'm going to probably go get something to eat. But maybe if the Raiders win, you may see me jump on here to stream after the Raiders win to celebrate getting the first pick, and I'll be a lot more energized. That might be something I'll do. Washington came all the way back. Wow. I mean, listen, I told people Jaden Daniels was a dog, man. That's crazy. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap things up, folks. Appreciate y'all as always to for sticking with me. I mean, again, we're 17 weeks in or 16 weeks in here or 17 now, including the bye week. We're 17 weeks in, and this has been a horrible experience. So, um, I'm glad that it's closer to being over with. So, see you all soon. And again, if the Raiders win today, I may jump on stream. Because that'll be a great day. Happy holidays. Enjoy the time with your family. I think we got another stream scheduled before the end of the year, so we can do a Happy New Year then. But Merry Christmas if you're celebrating. Happy Hanukkah if you're starting that night of Christmas. And yeah, have a great rest of y'all weekends.